Hi there. Hello. Welcome to our daily practice for today, Wednesday, the 16th of October. Sorry, I wasn't around Monday or Tuesday. I had a migraine and I was in bed, but I feel a lot better today. Today, we are honoring the cremation of my sister and friend, Karen, and the incredible imprint that she left in our world, the beautiful energy that she left here in this world. Thank you, Karen, for the actions of your body, your speech, and your mind. Thank you for the imprint of your energy that lingers with us still. Thank you for the legacy of wisdom. And as your body undergoes its final dissolution into formlessness, your spirit flies free. And that is what we're going to be chanting for today. So, holding that, we are in the month of Hecate in the Mount Shasta Goddess Temple. We honor Hecate as the guardian of crossroads and thresholds. She is the shower of the way. She is the subtle revealer, but she's not the leader in our temple. In our temple, she doesn't show you where to go or what to do. She shows you what's possible and supports you in making good choices. So, whereas with some goddesses, we might be able to say, like, for example, I regularly say to Kuan Yin, please steer me, guide me, infuse my heart with your qualities, help me be the person I want to be. With Hecate, it's show me the resources, show me the path, show me where I'm out of alignment, show me where I'm in alignment, lift the lamp, use your key to unlock reams of information, use your key to unlock the doors of possibility. I will do the work. I will do the work, but I need some help and guidance. And so that's how we work with her in our temple, as the guidepost, the lantern, the key, the opener of the way. So, in that spirit, let's call upon her now. Morphos, Phosphoros, Eilethua, wild wanderer at the crossroads, bright hostess at the thresholds, bearer of twin flames, radiant bride of night, mother of darkness, guard, guide, and lead me today. I am a deer in thy wandering herd. I am a key to thy mysteries. I am a torch in thy hand. I am a footfall along thy silent path. I am a star in thy vast heavens. I am a wave in thy fathomless seas. I am a knife that cuts cleanly. I am a soul in thy holy retinue. I am a fiber in the rope of eternity. I consecrate myself to thee this day and every day, that I may travel safely within the folds of thy saffron cloak, dive with thy aid into deep mystic waters, and dance with thee amongst the shades of my benevolent ancestors. Therefore, grant me courage and constancy, guard me and guide me, and bestow upon me thy faultless and flawless perception. And as a reminder, we are working with the Priestess of Light Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. For this month's divinations. And this is the deck that I have consecrated to Hecate. Summoning power, instinct, intellect, and control. And wow, it shows this powerful young woman standing. She's holding an antler up. The moon is the backdrop, and she has two white wolves with her. What a beautiful card. All right, let's have a look at what this card means and how appropriate as we're on the eve of this very fierce full moon in Aries, a very transformational moon, the last of the energetic portal that began in 2023 with a series of lunar eclipses in the sign of Aries. This priestess of the night is summoning the power of the full moon. She is channeling it to the wild wolves beside her. She is calm and in control. The wolves stand at attention, with the energy of quiet strength resonating from above. This card is telling you that you have far more power than you realize. There may be something in your life, perhaps a relationship or a challenge that you have felt powerless to handle. If so, it's time to focus your own intellect and instinct on the issue at hand. Then muster the courage to take the necessary action. It may also be time to harness the unhealthy personal patterns that have been left unchecked. Indulgences or addictions might have an upper hand. Wild impulses can absolutely be tamed. Remain peaceful but persistent in this noble pursuit of self-honoring and self-control. Be honest about your ability to prioritize your higher needs. When you summon the quiet yet powerful light of your soul, your intuitive strength becomes the central force in your own life and a resonant voice in the world. And the affirmation is, I am strong and self directed. I bring my inner power to every area of my life. Yeah, it does. It reminds me also of the antlers, Leslie. Thank you for reminding me. And Chris says, I just got that one. Wow, I think we're very full moon attuned, aren't we? Here we go over here. One more look. So this, I love the opening statement, or one of the statements that comes right in the beginning of this card. You have far more power than you realize. And isn't that the truth for so many of us? I think that often, because particular situations or circumstances might leave us feeling powerless, we then feel like that maybe erodes all of the other power that we have in our lives. I know that that happens for me. Maybe that also happens for you. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, whether I like that about my life or not. It is what it is. And if one thing is not quite right in what I'm trying to do, it will make me feel like, oh, maybe everything is wrong. So I have to really watch out for that. I have to guard against that self critical impulse where I feel like if one part isn't quite there yet, that the rest of it isn't good. That self critique is not helpful, because what it does is it stalls me from the potential forward momentum that I might have in other areas, when in fact, I could just allow the momentum in those other areas to bring the wave of energy that would help me to see what needs to be corrected, fixed, improved upon in that area that feels like it's not quite right, or where I have yet to fully understand or feel like empowered to do something. That can be, that can extend in so many ways. Like it can be about a project, for example. I have one right now in my head. I have a project I'm working on. I've got the outline for it. I know what I want it to do. I know what I want it to accomplish. I've done the research. It's all there. Boom, 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 boom. I cannot think of the right title for it to frame it. And I've been through like 50 different possible titles. And every time I think I have it, then it's like just feels misaligned. I could just sort of sit and stew on this. And my temptation to sit and stew on it is very strong. But what I really need to do is just to keep working on the parts that are working, because if I continue to do that, then what's going to happen, because it's not like I haven't been around this rodeo before, is that the name will come directly out of something I'm reading, directly out of something I'm researching. That's just like one small example. Another example might be I have, if there's a challenging person in my life or a challenging interpersonal situation, it can sometimes tempt me to feel like mistrustful of all of my other situations because it feels like there's like I guess, a gap in my energy where that conflict is taking place or where that discomfort is occurring, and it can bleed over into everything else that I do if I let it. The self-discipline comes in not allowing that to happen, and instead allowing myself to have great relationships, great circumstances and situations, to hold deep gratitude for those, and to allow those to gently go in and untangle the knots of whatever other situations I might be facing. It could be that one of these other relationships in my life that is filled with loving trust can bring the support, the answer, the suggestion, the inspiration, the wisdom I need to cope with a problem. It could be that the other aspects of my work or my circumstances in the world provide a healing balm to that other situation. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater feels like it's a big part of today's message. Don't sacrifice the whole for the part. There will always be imperfect parts. And this Aries full moon eclipse energy, closing this eclipse portal that's gone on for over a year, it can probably bring to the surface every little aggravation, irritation, every little misalignment, every little thing that feels like it's off. If it brings that to the surface, don't worry about it. Instead, go and turn to all the things that are working and say, hey, little help here. What's the perspective I need? Is the solution already at hand? Is there already something that I'm aware of in this context that I haven't sufficiently brought over to this other context where it would be helpful? Allow the intelligence of what is working to be the antidote to what's not working rather than throwing the baby out with the bathwater or ripping up that, piece of art that you feel like you just didn't like or, whatever it is. Don't destroy the good in pursuit of the perfect. The perfection is the process. The empowerment is the perfection. So that is our short bit for today, if that's what you were here for. And now we're going to dive into our Kuan Yin chanting. We're going to open, as usual, with 3 prostrations before the shrine. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And today we're holding for cremation of my friend, as well as anything that anyone else is coping with right now. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Kuan Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Omahung. 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 Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Kuan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guan Yin Pusa, contemplating all the ways in which the power of what is working is the antidote to the power of what's not. Namo Guan Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Kuan 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 Yin Pusa. And our prayer for the money reciter of Kamba Gyalse Tok Mizangpo. Lama Dankun Shuksum Lakcha Salo, Datni Chanchuk Nipor Chike Bar, Gangan Gangu Kepa de Dander, Tadu Tuje Champo Chetzinching, Kusum Gewe Chala Chapar Sho, Jamdang Ning J Champo Kunlangni, Tuje Champo Duljar Girpanam, Lame Changchuk Cholago Pechir, Tuje Champo Trinle J Par Sho. Homage to the Guru and Three Jewels. From now until I am reborn wherever I may be reborn, until I reach the essence of awakening. May I always follow the great compassionate one and dedicate my body, speech, and mind to virtue. inspired by loving kindness and supreme compassion, in order to lead all Mahakarunika's followers to supreme and unsurpassable awakening, may I carry out the great compassionate one's activity. Lama Dankun Shuksum Lakchaksa Lo Dakni Changchuk Nimpor Chike Bar Gangdang Gangdu Kepa Dedang Der Tadu Tuje Champo Jitsin Shing Gusum Gewe Chila Chapar Sho Jamdang Ningje Champo Kunlang Ne Tuje Champo Tuljar Kirpanam Lame Changchup Chola Gope Chir Tuje Champo Trinleje Par Sho. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending out our loving energies to all of those grieving today, to all of the spirits that will shed their bodies today, to all of those who are in a dark place today in their lives, to those who are struggling or suffering with that feeling of, unless it's perfect, it's not worthy. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, prosperous lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of supreme bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Kuan Yin in our hearts. Namo Guan Yin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Kuan Yin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. And wishing everyone a really great day, wherein we remember that we can work with our gratitude for what is working to address the things that aren't, rather than feeling like we have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And I will be back tomorrow, God willing, and the creek don't rise. See you then.